You think waking up at 5 a.m. is going to change your life? Cool. Let me ask you this. Has it? If you're being honest with yourself, probably not. Waking up early has become the new badge of silent success. You see those motivational edits online. Some CEO taking ice-cold showers at 4:45, sipping turmeric tea while reading biographies, journaling on a balcony that doesn't even look real. And then there's you, burned out, overwhelmed, and thinking maybe that's the missing piece. So you buy one of those retro alarm clocks, download a habit tracker, and make yourself a promise. Tomorrow I'll flip the switch. Then tomorrow hits. You wake up groggy. You scroll through memes for 30 minutes. You sip coffee while watching TikToks. And somehow you've convinced yourself this is productivity. Congrats. You just woke up early to waste your time with more aesthetic lighting. And before you get it twisted, I'm not anti-early mornings. I'm anti-delusion. Waking up early isn't the fix, not unless you're actually doing it right. So let's be clear, waking up early is useless, unless you do it right. And that's exactly what we're getting into. Waking up early has been romanticized to death. It's become this Instagrammable hustle culture fantasy, as if dragging yourself out of bed before sunrise automatically earns you discipline points. As if getting up at 5 a.m. magically rewires your brain into peak productivity mode. Spoiler, it doesn't. Most people who wake up early don't even know why they're doing it. They saw a YouTuber do it, or read some best-selling self-help book written by a guy who hasn't touched a 9 to 5 in 15 years. So now everyone's chasing this early bird persona, thinking it's the secret to success, while ignoring the actual bird is just tired, underfed, and still hasn't caught the damn worm. Waking up early without purpose is just suffering in silence and calling it growth. You don't need to beat the sun out of bed to become someone better. You need clarity, because time without intention is just empty hours. And empty hours? They don't change lives. They just look good on a fake productivity vlog. Here's the real issue. It's not about when you wake up. It's about what you do when you're up. Waking up early is not some cheat code to greatness. If you get out of bed at 5 a.m. and then waste the next 4 hours wandering around your apartment, scrolling through nonsense, cleaning your desk for the 10th time this week, guess what? You've just started your day with 4 hours of strategic procrastination. Waking up early without a plan is just sleep deprivation disguised as effort. The truth is, the time of day isn't your problem. Your lack of direction is. And yeah, maybe that stings a little. But the faster you admit it, the faster you can fix it. Because right now, you're probably confusing being awake with being engaged. You don't need early mornings. You need purposeful ones. Waking up early doesn't mean you're productive. Let's make that painfully clear. Getting out of bed at 5 a.m. just to sip coffee slowly, light a candle, stare at your vision board, and journal about your future Tesla doesn't mean you're building anything real. It just means your procrastination has better branding. Don't confuse motion with momentum. Don't confuse aesthetics with action. You can have the prettiest routine on earth, but if it's not moving you forward, if it's not aligned with your goals, then it's just a ritual of avoidance. People love the idea of a morning routine because it feels like doing something without actually doing anything uncomfortable. And that's the trap. You wake up early, follow your cute little checklist, and feel like a high-performance machine. But deep down, you know you didn't actually do the hard stuff. So ask yourself, is your routine serving your progress, or just stroking your ego? Let's be real, most people don't wake up early because they want to. They do it because they saw someone else do it. You scroll through Instagram or YouTube and bam, there's a millionaire entrepreneur flexing their 4 a.m. wake-up time like it's some kind of badge of honor. So you mimic it. But here's the catch. Do you even know why they wake up early? Spoiler alert, they probably don't either. They just want you to think they're grinding harder than you. You're living in a world where everyone copies the highlight reel, not the messy behind the scenes. You aren't you when you're copying. You're just a cheap knockoff trying to fool yourself into success. Wake up for your reasons, not someone else's. Otherwise, you're just a follower in a race you didn't even sign up for. Let me drop a truth bomb for you. There is no magic hour. No special time of day when you suddenly become a productivity god. The whole wake up at 5 a.m. hype? It's a marketing gimmick disguised as wisdom. Success isn't about when you start, it's about how you start. Some people are night owls who do their best work at midnight. Others hit their stride after sunrise. It doesn't matter. What matters is showing up consistently and intentionally, not the clock on your wall. So stop stressing about the time and start stressing about the quality of your time. Here's what really wins the day: systems. Not alarms, not sunrise, not some magic hour. Systems are the routines, habits, and processes you build that force you to show up, even when you don't want to. Waking up early is just a tiny part of it. If you don't have a system to guide your focus, motivation, and energy, waking up at 5 a.m. is like starting a race without shoes. You'll trip, fall, and quit before breakfast. A system doesn't rely on willpower. It automates your success. So if you want to actually use early mornings, build the system that supports it. Without that, you're just an alarm clock zombie. You think waking up early makes you disciplined? Think again. Discipline isn't turning your alarm off at 5 a.m. and then scrolling Instagram for an hour. It's not doing one thing right and ignoring everything else. Selective discipline, being strict about your wake-up time but loose everywhere else, is a trap. It's like building a fortress with one wall made of paper. Real discipline is consistency across the board. It's showing up every damn day for the boring, hard, invisible work nobody applauds. If you're only disciplined when it's convenient, you're just fooling yourself. Wake up early? Sure, but don't let that be your only win. Here's the deal. Most people think the grind has to be painful. Waking up early means suffering. Hustling means misery. Discipline means torture. But it doesn't have to be that way. The grind should feel necessary, not miserable. When you're clear on why you're doing something, when the purpose is strong enough, the grind stops being a punishment. It becomes your fuel. That early wake-up, suddenly it's not a chore, it's a power move. The problem isn't waking up early, it's waking up without a reason. Change that and your whole perspective flips. Let me clear this up. Sacrificing sleep to wake up early is the dumbest productivity hack out there. If you're cutting your sleep short just to hit that 5 a.m. alarm, you're not winning. You're just running on fumes, foggy-brained and closer to burnout. Sleep isn't optional. It's the foundation of everything. Want to be sharp? Rest. Want energy? Rest. Want focus? Rest. No amount of early mornings will fix chronic exhaustion. So stop bragging about how little you sleep and start prioritizing quality rest. Your brain and body will thank you. If you think your day starts when your alarm goes off, you're already behind. The truth is, your day actually starts the night before. Without a clear plan waiting for you, waking up early is just waking up confused. You need a roadmap, not vague ideas or empty intentions, but a detailed plan of what you're going to do with those precious morning hours. Set your priorities the night before. Lay out your tasks. Decide what matters. Otherwise, you'll just drift from your bed to your phone, and your day will slip away before it even begins. Those first 2 hours after you wake up, they set the tone for your entire day. If you waste them hitting snooze, scrolling social media, or doing random busy work, you're basically choosing to lose before you even start. But if you invest those hours intentionally, whether it's focused work, exercise, or deep learning, you build momentum that carries you forward. It's not about waking up early, it's about what you do with those early hours. That's where the magic lives. Waking up early without a why is like starting a car with no destination. You can be up at 4 a.m. every day, but if you don't have a clear reason driving you, you're just spinning your wheels. Purpose is what turns early mornings from torture to power. It's the fuel that keeps you going when your bed is whispering sweet nothings. So don't aim to just wake up early. Aim to wake up for something. Because when your why is strong, your how doesn't matter as much. Let me ask you this straight. What do you actually want? Not the vague, I want to be successful or I want to be happy. I mean the real stuff, the goals that keep you up at night, or the dreams you're too scared to admit out loud. Because waking up early isn't going to mean a damn thing if you don't know where you're going. You need to get brutally honest with yourself. Stop pretending. Get clear on what you want, and then let that be the reason you drag yourself out of bed, not some cliché about winning the morning. At the end of the day, waking up early is a choice. But it's a useless choice without commitment. You can set that alarm, you can wake before the sun, but if you don't bring your full self, your focus, your purpose, your grit, then none of it matters. The world isn't going to hand you success because you're an early riser. It's going to hand it to you because you showed up, did the work, and refused to half-ass your life. So what's it going to be? Are you just going to keep chasing the sunrise like it's a secret? Or are you finally ready to wake up for something real? The clock's ticking. Your move.